Hey, how you guys doing? This is William Myers, Mantis Outdoors, and today we got a video about some tips and tricks on how to rig up a tarp and things like that. Real simple, easy, very cheap things that is going to save you a lot of time. Don't go away. Alright, so mine, yours, everybody's tarp usually has something like this. This will even work if you have just a grommet, but it's better if you have a loop just like this. And all that I'm talking about is just simply two little carabiners, and you can get these at like Walmart, things like that, for rather cheap, and these will take the load that is necessary for what we're doing. It's obviously not going to be for anything more serious than what we're doing right now. It'll just snap right in half, but for what we're doing, it's going to be just fine. So two of these little carabiners, we're going to hook two of them right onto the loop, just like that. Just like that. Alright, so as you can see, all that is here is just a stake in the ground. Got a regular flat notch cut into it, and then we have some bank line around it. This is number 72 bank line. This stuff's really thick, really overkill, to be honest with you, for what we're doing right now. This application could take way less than this, and you'd be absolutely fine. Alright, so now what we're going to do with these two carabiners is we're going to do what's called a guard hitch. We're going to do the complete guard hitch, and I do this every day with my hammock every time that I'm out, and it's dawned on me, why the hell am I not doing this with my tarp as well? So basically all you do is from the stake that's in the ground, the line that's attached to that stake, you're going to feed that through both of these carabiners, just like that. Then we're going to split the carabiners, and we're going to go through the middle of the carabiners, just like that. Very simple, right guys? Alright, so with what we have, this progress right now, it's very easy just to pull that top string and adjust my tarp as much as I want, just like that. And it's going to get as tight as it wants to, and it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to go backwards, basically. That guard hitch, those two carabiners, stop that from progressing any further backward. So, I can make minor adjustments, minute adjustments to my tarp, get it exactly where I want to. I can even leave it a little bit loose, go and adjust the other part, get the perfect setting that I want, then come back here and tighten everything up, get it as tight as I want, and it's not going to go any further back. Alright, so let's do that one more time, guys. Through both carabiners, split the carabiners, and then this one's actually acting a little squirrely for some reason. Oh, because it's over the loop. And there we go. So we can adjust this and pull this, and it's not going to go backwards. Get some tension on it. Just like that. And we can pull this, and then it's going to just stay right where we adjust it. Right there. Then to break that, we got to kind of break the tension a little bit, and then pull on this loop. That's all you got to do. But having these carabiners right here is useful in other ways as well. Okay, so to secure our tarp to our ridge line, 9 times out of 10 what I'll do is just put a prusik loop into my tarp. Let me get that a little slacked. And then put the prusik loop through the loop on my tarp, throw a stick in there. Not that big of a deal, right? But if I have my clips on there, like I had before, even both of them, doesn't matter. At that point, all I have to do is just throw the prusik loop through the carabiner. I don't even need a stick. So I would put 2 carabiners on each of my corners, and then if I have middle loops or center loops, I would just throw 1 carabiner on there. Because on my center loop, like you see this right here, the tarp is off center because I don't have one end attached at this point. But if it's still, maybe I got one side tighter or something like that, I could bring this carabiner over and I can attach it there, and it just brings my tarp over a little bit, brings it center line. And that is also holds true with the center loop. Sometimes when we tension these tarps, the center of the tarp comes way out past the ridge line. And that might be above where you're sleeping. You might get a little drips or something like that. You can put these carabiners on and pull the center of your tarp right over your ridge line. The same could be done with these split rings, and you could even be more cost effective that way, because you can get even, well, to be honest with you, smaller split rings than this would be even better, to be honest with you. This is all that I have, so this is what I'm using. But you can get these for dirt cheap, even cheaper than the carabiners are. And it can be done the exact same way. Just feed through both, just like this. come around the two. Whoop, lost them. Feed them through both, come around the two, then split the rings just like that, and go through the middle of the rings. Just like that. And you know, this is less awkward than the carabiners are. It's a lot easier to, you know, manage it and pull it, things like that. The carabiners are a little bit wanky, a little bit wonky. You know, you gotta adjust the carabiners a little bit. But in my opinion, the carabiners are just a little bit more versatile. So, you know, same thing, like I said, you know, you pull it, it'll hold, it won't go nowhere. And then to get that guard hitch out, you just pull on the loop. All right, so once we're finished and we're on our final adjustments, you know, I probably would not sleep just like that. Even though I'm pretty sure it wouldn't go anywhere, especially using bank line, I would want some security. So what I would do is actually go around one more time and then put a slippery hitch in, just like that. And then if you want to, what I do is I put a slippery 8 in, what I call a slippery 8. Some people call it something different. But that's a slippery 8, and then all you have to do is just pull both of them and it's out. So that's how I would finish it up, get ready for bed, and it's not going to go anywhere. So let me get this out of here. And you know, being with split rings, the only thing that's not going to be as versatile for, you're not going to be able to clip it as easy. You know, you could split the rings and put it on your ridge line, things like that. It'd be a little hectic in my opinion, you know. Maybe call me lazy, whatever, but you know, I would just rather be able to just clip it right on my ridge line, what have you, my Prusik loops, whatever. You know, I could still put the Prusik loops through here, put a stick in, and I got these 2 split rings. I could hang the stuff from it, whatever, what have you. You know, in my opinion, I would probably just rather have the carabiners. Alright guys, well thanks for joining us out here on a little camping weekend with the family. You know, this little hack that I showed, you know, I'm sure, you know, there's not like everybody says, there's nothing new out here. I haven't seen it personally, but it's probably out there somewhere. There's probably videos out there on it somewhere. But, you know, I thought of it, thought it was a cool little hack. It may save you guys some time. You know, even the boy can do it. It's very easy to do and not hard at all. And I just thought maybe, this is a great video. Show somebody this, save somebody some time. And it's more versatile in my opinion, even though I say that all the time, because that's what I'm looking for when I'm out in the woods, is versatility. You know, I'm looking for something that can do 4 or 5 different things and not just one. You know, so the tarp loops on my tarp, they can only do one thing. They can only just secure my tarp, you know, my tarp. If I have carabiners on there, then it can be more versatile to attaching to ridge lines, Prusik loops, even you know, trees and other things like that. So that's what I'm looking for when I'm, you know, thinking of, you know, how am I going to add to my gear? How am I going to add to my skill set and things like that? Alright guys, well, hope you enjoyed watching the video. If you did, I appreciate it if you click subscribe down below. Liking the video also helps me out a lot. You can also go to mantisoutdoorsllc.com/shop. Go to the Amazon store, shop there. That helps support me and the channel out. I appreciate that a lot. I hope you enjoyed it again, and hopefully we'll see you out in the woods.